Visit ZABALGames.com. That's ZABAL Games.com and sign up.
Decentralized energy, let's talk about
Let's go. We are here for the first official workshop of the ZABAL Games. I am here with Jordan, aka Yerbearserker. How are we doing today, Jordan?
Oh, I'm well. I'm good. It's an early morning for you, but I've been up for, a few hours, so I'm good. I'm good.
No, it's we were talking about when we were going to do this, and we just sent it with the very beginning time, first time of the day, getting ready. I think it's a great start to these workshops. I think Empire Builder will be an awesome place and resource for people to get started with I've built an idea, now what's next? And I would love for you to give a quick intro about yourself, and we'll just get started. We actually have already chatted previously. If anyone wants to take a quick peek at that, at BetterCallZaal you can dive in there, but here we'll be talking a little bit more. There's been a couple of new features added since, and I'm super excited to see what we can do here with Empire Builder and the ZABAL Games.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, thank you again for having me, and it's a real pleasure. You are yourself a very strong proponent of Empire Builder, and you've used the tools, you've incorporated it, you've connected with the AI agent skill set, I think, to see what you can do more with it. And so it's a pleasure to be here. And I mean, as far as me, I have a background. I have a very broad background. I've worked in many different fields and industries over my 46 years. And all of that has somehow led me to building Web3 tools to help creators, builders, and founders basically bring their magic to life, or as we say it, go from dream to empire. Well, it's almost like I prepared that. Let's see. So I think what I'll do right now is I'm just going to drop in first into a quick presentation, and then I'll follow it up with the live demo. And what I'm going to say, it's going to be in there in bold, but it's also, here from Empire Builder, I'm going to tell you what I want right now is I do not want you to launch a token until you're ready. So all of these people are like, launch a token, it's great, it's easy, it's simple, it's no big deal. And it's like, yeah, that's fine. But, you get one chance to make that first impression. And also, okay, so you guys who are watching don't know me, but basically I've worked in like outdoor leadership, I've worked in health sciences, I've worked in mentoring and leadership training for young adults. And one of the things that I don't get angry at people very often because I have a lot of compassion for that, but systems that are extractive, that just take advantage of people, I don't like those. And so many token launchers are just extractive, insert negative words here. And so from the very beginning, when my co-founder, Adrian, aka Divyfly, who is watching this now, he's like the technical builder and backbone of Empire Builder. So shout out to him, because without him, this would not exist. But from the beginning, our whole vision, inspired also by Clanker, which is the token deployer that we are partnered with and that we utilize, it's been around being generative, not extractive, being symbiotic, not parasitic, and about giving people the tools and the power and the resources and the assistance to build things in long-term generative ways. What can be not all of this negative words that has been. And so I'm prefacing that, but let's get into the slideshow, shall we? Do you have any comments about that, Zaal, while I'm popping this open?
No, I'm just glad that you included my favorite, lines of symbiotic, not parasitic. I like that a lot because I do believe that, unfortunately, a lot of the SaaS products out there are parasitic, unfortunately, for creators, right? And that those
Absolutely.
are the individuals I'm trying to come here and support and find different ways to help out.
Okay, so you can see my slideshow now. Yeah?
Yep, all good. Perfect.
There we go. Then I minimized it. Where did it go? I'm like, and then I minimized it. There it is. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to share the slides afterwards if people want to go back and look at them. You can always talk to us in Empire, but let's just blitz through this because you guys can all listen to this at, you know, double up the speed and use your AI to pull the transcript anyways. So Empire Builder, from dream to empire. So I'm going to tell you not to launch a token until you're ready, which is what this workshop's about. Now, when you think, what is an empire? An empire is not a token. It's not just the token. It's more than a project, more than a brand, more than a community. It's all of this, and it's more. And I want to say, you know, this is about passion, purpose, calling. It's about, you know, you could stay in bed, you could doom scroll, you could do all this stuff, but you're actually like on the cusp of doing things with your life energy. And that's really valuable. And that's magic, and that's powerful, and that's like what the world needs. And however you're going to use that, there's so many different ways you can explore that, but don't do yourself a disservice of selling yourself short. Don't sell out, and don't just take the easy, lazy path when you can, nowadays more than ever, build things, do the scary stuff of actually committing and building stuff that like has a chance. And yeah, so that's kind of who I'm talking to. That's what I want to say to you listening, and to myself and to Zaal, who I see, you know, I see Zaal amplifying, being an example of this, exemplifying. There we go. So empires are a way of taking your energy, coordinating it, and returning it back to you, returning it in a healthy ecosystem with your active community. So I kind of talked about this, but yeah, it's your energy. It's creating the resilient field of ecosystem potency. I like this is, you know, I use big fancy words, but basically build the world and support the world you want to be a part of. You can follow this later. But empowered by the tools that are unlocked in our era and organized intentionally by us. So all these tools exist, everyone can use it, but how do you use it? Who do you relate with? Who do you partner with to make great things happen? So yeah, that's what your empire is. Basically, let's get like into the nitty gritty. Empire is also a no-code tool stack. We have the Empire V3 suite, which we just launched at FarCon Rome. It is a treasury, which is, we use Split's teams, Split's audited smart contracts for the vault. We're multi-chain. You can deploy on Base or Arbitrum, but you can also incorporate and now interact with a bunch of other chains when it comes to adding in other components. We have leaderboards. So, and I'll show this when we demo, but yeah, so maybe I'll just bounce over this, but I'll show it when we demo. Leaderboards basically allow you to surface who your active users are based around different parameters. So you have some customization there, but it basically allows you to see who are my people, who's showing up, and then I want to reward them. Your boosters tie in with the leaderboards. This is ways you can take all of your various other on-chain experiments, your other on-chain tokens or NFTs, things you're launching or selling, or things that are in-game assets, and tie it in together with the leaderboard to, again, find those active people. Distribution tools allow for easy token or NFT airdrops, rewards to your active people. We just launched staking with V3, and the thing that's interesting with staking is we're not about, one of our goals here is not to encourage people to turn their token and their project into a security. Unless they really want to, they can go that route outside of this, but we're about providing the tools, resources, knowledge to grow your empire, and to use these tools as a way of making sort of a community management tools and active rewards for your community, your members. And so our staking, how this works is when people stake their tokens, these assets, for either a greater amount or a greater duration of time, or both, they will actually get a better booster to impact their leaderboard. So you don't have to worry about, you can give value to staking without having to be distributing passive rewards, which definitely makes me feel security squirrely. And then also AI skills. Like I said, you can connect to your LLM, you can grab this in and just say like, hey, how can I use Empire to do what I want better? We have 3 tiers. assembled, awakened, and ascended. When I say don't launch a token right away, with the new Empire v3, we've launched this standard empire, this assembled empire tier, where you can create the whole tool stack. You can create your empire without having to have a core token. So you don't have to launch a token yet. You can actually just use the tools, build them out, find your audience, reward your audience, encourage your audience, and you can get it to a point where when you are ready to launch a token, which you can through Empire as well, you'll have way better clarity on who to reward, on how to reward them, and how to take that energy of a new token and really use it to serve your project, not to serve the snipers, not to serve the people who are going to front run you, not to serve the people who've bundled and are telling you, please, bro, accept your tokens, and you're going to get a one-time payment of these fees. And meanwhile, those people are holding fat bags over your head. And as you go to grow your token, meanwhile, you've got all these people selling on you. This is a lot. If you're not familiar with the space, there's a lot of stuff I just said there that's very sort of for people who are very knowledgeable. If you're new to the space and you want to be launching tokens and you want to find out how to incorporate that, come and talk to us. But you can start with an assembled empire, which doesn't require a token. Yeah. What do you think about that, Zaal?
I think we should make an assembled empire for the ZABAL Games. I think
Sounds good.
I have things that I've been doing for the ZABAL empire, but I think we can experiment over the course of the next 3 months with Empire Builder and make one here ourselves, whether or not we attach a token to it in the future or not.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and I think that sounds good. I mean, yeah, we can, I generate ideas rather quickly. I think, you could create a ZABAL Games empire and use it for coordination, use it for surfacing, use it for generating leaderboards you can pull in from the APIs and whatnot for other things you build. And then if you choose to do a token or some point for it in the future, you can do your creator vault, the creator buy, you can vault a supply, you could do an airdrop to people based on participation. You could release an asset for that. And I'll talk about, maybe not so much here today, but I don't call any of this coins. I'm talking tokens here, because tokens are tools and you use them to generate energy. You use them to find and align your community. You use them for a lot of different things, but they're not, the one thing I'm not talking about here is I'm not presenting it like, hey, this is an awesome speculative asset that you should just pump, dump, do whatever with, and yeehaw. No, that's not what I'm here to say, which you probably are not surprised to hear. So one of the things that I talk about frame-wise is thinking about using Empire in this 3A, AAA format, this creator development framework. So first, you're going to assemble. You build the harness, you bring all of your on-chain components, you think about your strategy, your audience, you think about all these things, and you bring it together into your empire as you decide what leaderboards you want, as you put your boosters into place, and as you figure out how it fits into your build. That's the assemble stage. And we'll go through this. We'll have more resources, more information, but that's how you think about assembling your empire. Once you have that in place, and once this is in, you can, if you're building which you are, if you're part of this build-a-thon or this is a ZABAL Games project, this is where you're going to think, how can I use these tools of reward and surfacing my active people? How can I build this into my mini app? How can I build this into my build so that I'm collecting information? Maybe you have internal leaderboards. You can have an endpoint from that you can pull in and make an empire leaderboard with. So there's a lot of ways that goes into assemble. The second step here is affirm. This is once you're going live. This is once you've assembled everything, you can hit refresh. You can look at your leaderboards now. It's going to pull in the booster data, and that's going to let you know who your core people are, and you can affirm them. You can reward them. You can do what I call tactical generosity. So not only can you have leaderboards that are surfacing the in-app activity, but you also can have leaderboards that incorporate the Farcaster social graph data. So you can actually see who's taking social initiative, who are you responding to, and you can weave this in to get your core community, and then you can reward them. You can reward them with tokens. You can reward them with NFTs. You can do airdrops. You can do raffle distributions. We'll demo that too. But then you affirm. Assemble is getting your tokenless empire set up and in place, checking it out, making sure things run, finding your people. Affirm is like getting energy going through that. It's rewarding your people. It's activating your community. It's encouraging the people who show up and bring value. And then stage 3 is where we talk about ascending and becoming an ascended empire. This is where you actually get the full suite of the empire stack tools. You get 40 boosters instead of 10. You get bigger leaderboards. You get all this kind of stuff. The way we feel about these tools is you can use them for free off the get-go. You can use them with a smaller scale. And then if you're using them a lot more, you can pay to unlock greater expansion. Or when you launch your token, because you've seen the value in it all, if you launch through us, you get the full stack and you get us in your corner supporting you. So that's when you ascend, because you're then you're basically taking what a token can be, which is a huge energy unlock and a huge energy creation event for you as a builder. You get to take all of that attention, all of that structure, all of that trust you've built, and you can now like morph that into a token. You can take some supply and use that, and you're basically gonna, at that point, you're saying, hey, you've seen what I can do, you've seen what I'm doing. I am now going to intentionally choose to launch a token now, because this is how it will be used in my framework, and it is going to take what I do and I'm going to do it even more, and I'm going to do it better, and I'm going to reward the people who are on this journey with me, who have been part of the active community supporting me, and I'm going to reward and spin this whole flywheel and this whole adventure bigger and better and faster.
I love it.
Sequence matters. Thank you. At the bottom, sequence matters. Tokens enter only when the ecosystem can carry it.
AAA.
Okay, exactly. Where tokens fit in. The token is not the foundation, it's the amplifier. Another way of saying this is you don't launch a token and then go, oh crap, what am I going to do? And now I'm going to build a project to try to support the token. If you do this, you are just pouring your energy into the people who have bought the tokens already and are basically wanting to vampire and suck out your life force. So if you have already launched a token, you can do stuff with this. We can do stuff with this, but optimally, you're not going to launch a token first. You're going to build something awesome, and you're going to get things in order to utilize the token when you launch it. So the token is not the foundation. The token is the amplifier. It's the energy and the juice and the mojo that you're bringing into that. So as you can see at the bottom, most launches, token, then you've got a spike, you've got extraction, and then game over, collapse. When we're looking at this AAA model, assemble, you're getting your empire ready. Affirm, you're like able to distribute through your tokenless empire. You're able to distribute USDC. You can do tokens, in-game assets. You can do any of the other tokens that you might want to pick up and share out there. Collaborations with ZABAL, for example. We're actually going to do that a little later. We're going to airdrop some ZABAL tokens. And then you can ascend, do your own token, and then you actually have a framework that you can spin. So it's more provable. Yeah, 2 lanes, 1 platform. And this is what I was saying just a moment ago. We will tell you not to launch if you're building seriously. We will tell you to assemble your ecosystem, validate it, then you can launch, then ascend with an energy source that makes sense. Doing it in a way that you have vaulted supply, that you have creator bots, so you have your own tokens that you can distribute with a strategy, okay? If you just want to YOLO it, if you're going to do meme coins, if you're just shooting stuff off, well, you know what I'll say? You could launch through Empire 2, and you'd have a full tool stack ready to support you from day one. You know, if you're going to YOLO something, you can YOLO through us too. But I'm more about building. So yeah, who's in your corner? I said, you are able to surface your active community, the people generally supporting you. I'll share all these later. The mechanism, what shows you who your active community is, these are the alignment indicators of your leaderboards plus your boosters. This combination, you can change some dials here, but your choice of leaderboard and your boosters, this is going to show you who your people are. And then the signal, the main thing in there is going to be whatever the core asset is, you're building that leaderboard around, which will eventually be your token if you launch a token. But even before you launch a token, you can do things around NFTs. You can do things around other tokens you've launched. But you could do something like, if people are participating as you're building and developing, you could be dropping NFTs to them. Every week that people show up, you're dropping NFTs to the top X of the leaderboard, and they can build up those NFTs, and that can be a core alignment tool for a leaderboard that can show who's been there and is going to move them up the leaderboard for when you do a token, and you can do an airdrop, things like that. Anyways, the tools are there. Tactical generosity. We talked about this a little bit, but basically, okay, so right at the bottom of this last slide, I have more than a cookie, holders who choose to be counted. One of the shifts that Web3 unlocks with NFTs, with tokens, NFTs are also our tokens, but what it unlocks is this shift from Web2 tracking cookies on like Facebook and all of this. You think about the early days of marketing, like pre-digital, it was like you had to buy TV spots or news. It was like mass broadcasting. You couldn't actually really target an individual. You would target broad swaths of people. Then when Web 2 comes along, they come up with this digital era. They allow you to target more specific buckets of people. I can target, this cohort or that cohort with Facebook ads or other stuff because they're tracking with cookies. Okay. So that's what all Web 2 and how Web 2 was based. What Web 3 allows is it turns it around where you can actually say, who's holding my stuff? Who's interacted with me? Who have I been rewarding with? Who have I given tokens to because they're just like the cat's pajamas? I see Zaal doing stuff on Farcaster, and he does great things, and I like it. And I just I'm going to gift him some of my tokens. I'm going to give him that energy. I'm going to surface that actually through one of my leaderboards in Empire, and I can look at that and say, here's the people who delighted me, who dazzled me, who brought value to me, and I'm just going to give them some of my tokens. When I do that, I'm actually seeding a trackable feature of where's a vibrant relationship, where's a resonant relationship with an actual individual, with a specific person that I have interacted with. On the other side, people who like what you're doing, who are vibing with what you're doing or building, they can go buy that token. They can go buy those things. It's now in their wallet with Farcaster. It's attached to them, to their FID. And so you now have a relationship with people where you can say, even if I don't know their real name, and all I know is their wallet address, I actually know that I'm interacting with that specific person who somehow knows something about my project, or I know about them, and there's an energy and a relationship that I can build on. So Web3 unlocks a greater degree of specificity in reaching your target user. And what you want to do with the project you're building is better and better, more and more, get more aligned and focused on getting your project to the people and person who vibrates with it, who wants to use it, who is using it, who's resonant with what you're putting out there. And then you can spin that further. You can go deeper. You can tactically reward the people who showed up. At the bottom here, not spray and pray, not reward all holders, acting on signal with intention. Because you can look at your leaderboard and you can say, okay, you know what, these top 20 people, I recognize those names. I recognize because it'll connect to their FID if they're on Farcaster. So you don't just see the wallet, you'll actually see the username, and you can go, oh, there's the dog barking. I'm going to mute that for a second. I'm going to try to get to the mute. Zaal, do you want to talk for a second? We just have something.
Yeah, for sure. So I love this concept of tactical generosity. One of the things that I've noticed the most on Farcaster is the difference in signal individuals, the people that you can essentially find here that, one random person somewhere is going to give value to you in some way, shape, or form. They have something, some piece of knowledge that they have that you might not know, versus other places. There's just a lot of potential slop out there as well. So it's really nice to be in a place where you know that one in a random 5 people is going to be someone that you want to work with in some way or align on your values.
Perfect, thank you. And I'm going to reshare the slideshow screen and continue. We were right there. Okay. No, I just want to share. There we go. All right. Let me share this screen again. Thank you.
Awesome. I'll say
we have a very
Bush
cute,
who said you both got me. Oh, I like that.
I like that. There we go. You can see the slideshow again?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah, so I think it's key here. This not spray and pray. You can be tactical in who you reward, and you can look for people and relationships you're actually rewarding. In how I've been talking about it here, I'm talking about just using our general leaderboards, no code tools. These ones can come up really easily. But when you're building an app, when you're building something, you can create, of course, in there something that's going to an leaderboard that you can get an endpoint from, that's going to highlight who your actual wallets are, and you're using that, and you can filter that. You can pull that in as an API endpoint leaderboard, and you can just reward those with the boosters attached. All right. Empire Builder, ultimately, we've talked about the tools. We also are building out more resources. So me doing talks, me being available to help people who are launching or growing their projects. Adrian as well. He does technical writing. He's a brilliant technical writer. So, you can hire him as well if you need things like written that actually make sense and aren't just AI slop. If you want the AI slop, you can do that too. And yeah, for support, you can get direct access to us. Anyone who launches an Ascended Empire token, there's a place in our Discord where we have a priority support chat. You can talk in there. You can be in our Discord. We have a group, DC on Farcaster, where there's a lot of conversation available. You can ping us on Farcaster or on the Twitter X. And we also do advisory. So if people want to actually have help in building and designing their project and figuring out how to include a token in it, how to weave that in there, we're also available for consulting. There's a lot here, but you know what? I'll just talk about it later. People can look through this later too, because I want to be cognizant and careful of our time and still demo some stuff. We've talked a little bit about extractive. Yuck on extractive side, hooray on generative.
Boom.
I will point out at the bottom here, Empire Builder has been building generative, symbiotic, resilient ecosystems from day one, not a pivot, through line from the start. Over 5,761 empires have been created through Empire Builder by empires built by 2 part-time founders, with 0 external funding. So yeah, the question isn't, can we build it? We have. Adrian, my co-founder, chief technology architect, myself, co-founder, chief ecosystem architect. And yeah, you can go to the agent skill thing off of our main website and just plunk it in there and ask it what to do. From Dream to Empire, time to build.
This is Zaal, keep it a Zaali. From the Zaal down, come proper. We eat rappers for lunch and there's some left, we eat them for supper. I keep it a Zaal, homie, a Zali. Heard the streets calling E3. I man to assignments, now the whole word here about me.